Good morning to the leader in you. This is Catherine, your host. We are back for another edition. And today we're going to be talking about some things so that way we can enhance our businesses, grow our businesses, grow our leadership capacity to the next level. There's a lot going on in society today. We know that many homes have been impacted by COVID-19. Many businesses have been impacted. But I just want to encourage everyone that we must stay focused on our goals. We must stay focused on our end game. And I just have one question that I want to open up this whole podcast with. What is the power source of your business? What is the thing that keeps your business running? What is the engine to your business, right? What keeps your business operating at maximum capacity? Now, some may be saying, well, you know what, my business isn't even operating at maximum capacity right now. So then the question we have to ask ourselves is, why is the business not operating at optimum capacity? What is the issue? What is the holdup? What is the challenges that you're currently presented with that's been hindering your business to grow? Now, I often will tell people to look at their business model even before COVID-19. What challenges were you faced with before COVID-19? Because chances are, whatever those challenges were, it has just been magnified because of COVID-19, right? There is a book called The Slight Edge, and it's written by Jeff Olson. I highly encourage you to pick up that copy of the book. Again, The Slight Edge is all about doing a little bit each day and finding success through simple actions. For those of you that follow my podcast know I'm all about mastering the mundane. I'm all about what are you doing every 7 days, because if you allow 7 days to go by and do nothing with your business, chances are your business will not grow, right? The Slight Edge talks about being consistent and repeatedly doing daily action steps over a period of time, which is going to yield results for your business. So then the question we all have to ask ourselves, including myself, what am I doing consistently, and how long have I been doing it consistently? And then I need to look at, well, what outcomes am I looking at based on my consistent actions and over a period of time? What kind of results am I looking at? Now, we all have to be honest with ourselves. And if we take an honest assessment and say, you know what? I really haven't been consistent with my daily business operations, and I haven't really been consistent over a long period of time. So that's probably indicative as to why the results that you want to see with your business is not panning out the way you envision, right? We as leaders of our business, leaders of our company, we have to master the art of the mundane. There's a snippet out of the book, The Slight Edge, that talks about planting, cultivating, and harvest. It's a philosophy in the book that talks about there's a season where we plant, there's a season that we cultivate, and then there's a season that we have a harvest with our business model. Now, a lot of times in the planting phase, that is not the same phase that we see the harvest. It's not, right? The planting phase, to cultivate, and the harvest phase are all separate. But a lot of times we like to skip over those beginning phases. And if we skip over those beginning phases, right, it will hinder growth of our company, and it will not build a solid foundation. So everything that we're talking about this morning is about how to build a solid foundation with your business model. Nothing more, nothing less. Because if we don't learn how to build a solid business model, we will never learn how to even pass the information and the wisdom on to the next generation. Because when we build something, it should not just be for us. It should also be about who we passing this knowledge to, that they can also continue to build long term for their future, right? We have to show up consistently every day in our business. We must make a long-term commitment, and we must practice integrity even when no one is watching. Are you mastering the art of the mundane? Are you doing those daily things that you know it takes for your business to grow? Now, we all have to, take a step back and assess ourselves. Sometimes we don't want to do that. We want to point the finger at someone else. Well, my business didn't take off because of this person or that person. No, the buck stops with you. Good morning to the leader in you. That's why we call this show Good Morning to the Leader in You, because the buck stops with the leader. There are two kinds of habits it indicated in the book, The Slight Edge, and it says those that serve you and those that don't. So what type of habits are we implementing on a daily basis that serve us and what simply don't serve us, right? we have to be mindful in order for us to create a shift in our business. Some of us, like I said, are experiencing very challenging moments and times in our business, and we're not seeing a positive shift in our business because we have not taken a time to take an assessment and then to put a new game plan together, right? Now, when we think about the shift, when we think about anything that shifts, right, it moves something. It caused something to be from one place to another place. It oftentimes is something that can change in position or direction. So when something shifts, it's a movement that's happening. I ask you, what type of shifts is happening in your business, your nonprofit organization, your community, your family? What type of shift is taking place? Right? Because a lot of times, if we cannot see a shift moving in any area of our life, whether it be family, whether it be business, whether it be community, whether it be in our own personal development, that means there's some type of stagnation in place. That means we're not growing. And if we're not growing, we're not able to make a positive impact on anyone else. Good morning to the leader in you. Yes, we have to say good morning to those places in our life that need to be awakened. That's been dormant for a very long time, and we've been kind of just flowing with it. But we get to a place in our life that we say, you know what? I know that I'm destined for greater. I know that greater is ahead for me. And I can no longer just be sitting here and wallowing in this place that I should have left a long time ago. Right? When you think about building your business, you have to take time to build the business. You can't just run only on passion with no strategy. I talk to people all the time. Listen, it's great for us to have passion. Sometimes we've had passion for so long, but then we've done no activity. We've done no execution. We haven't put a strategy in place, right? We cannot just be full of a bunch of zeal, but no follow-up. We must stay consistent in everything that we need to do. And guess what? When you stay consistent, everything you need will be drawn to the mission. I'm going to say that again. When you stay consistent, everything you need will be drawn to the mission. Everything you need. You will not have to fight anyone. You will not have to pull your hair out. You will not have to go into a state of anxiety. You will not have to go into a state of fear. None of those things will be in your surroundings. None of those things will be present for you. Because consistency births something. Consistency births tenacity. Consistency births, people are just drawn to consistency. I mean, think about it. Think about the things that you're drawn to. Just take a second and think about what are you drawn to and why are you drawn to it? Are you drawn to people that's kind of here today and gone tomorrow? They talk about something, but they never follow through with it. Are you drawn to something like that? Would you be drawn to it? So then that's why we have to think about with our business model, with what we're doing, right? Us in our leadership capacity. If we're not drawn to it, why would anyone else be drawn to someone with that same behavior? Another thing that I often say to people, because sometimes people may say, well, I'm just going to kind of wait and to see. I have this dream. I know I want to birth it. I know I want to launch it, but let me just see what else someone else is going to do in the community. Maybe someone else would be step out there and make it happen. I always tell people, if you don't see something being done in your community and you have a passion for it, you have to step up and do it. Don't wait for anyone else. Just don't, start it and others will be drawn to the mission. Don't wait for anybody else. Don't second guess yourself. Don't feel that you have to get the approval from all these people. If you see it needs to be done, just do it. Some of you may know I wrote an ebook and it's called 7 Days, How to Manifest Your Dreams. And so one of the things I asked you this morning, what are you doing over the next 7 days? Listen, we're about to, launch into August. This Saturday is August 1st. So what are we going to be doing? Again, as you hear me speak, I always include myself, not only you, we, me, all of us as a collective. What are we going to be doing different as we go into August? Now is the time to be released from anything that is toxic and choking your dreams from manifesting. I highly encourage you to get the ebook because the ebook talks about how to transform your life and manifest your dreams, right? So what things are hindering you right now from moving forward? what's hindering you, and what things are you holding on to that you're like, I don't know if I want to detox from this. I'm not sure if I'm really ready to let it go, right? Staying in the same environment will slow down the detox process. So sometimes one may say, well, you know what, I do want a new fresh start. I want to, walk in my leadership capability at my maximum. I want to launch out my business. I want to start my nonprofit. I want to be that leader in that community, but we're still in the same toxic environment. It will not work. Still operating in your old habits, which leads to poor functioning, can slow down the detox process, right? If we continue to operate in old habits, it will not change. Nothing will change in our life. Nothing will change. Today, we must rediscover our why, right? We have to rediscover our why. It's time to unearth that which has been hidden for so long. It's been so many things that's happened in your life, and you just pushed away all that good stuff in you, all the jewels, right? All of the thing that makes you unique. It has been hidden for way too long. Challenges in our life, unfortunately, can breed paralysis, and we get frozen, which causes people to ignore or completely forget their why. So only you know, have you ignored your why, or have you completely forgotten about it, right? Have you put it to the side because you're like, you know what, I've had so many challenges. I don't even know if I can rise up and be that leader that I thought I could be because there's been too many situations going on in my life. Listen, there's some other books I want to refer to you, and it's called Who Moved My Cheese? Who Moved My Cheese, I tell you, is a book dealing with how to adapt to change. So if you're struggling with change, I highly recommend you get that book, Who Moved My Cheese. It deals with learning and understanding that change is inevitable. Change is reality. It's not something that we can get away from, guys. It just is. Again, if you're also trying to grow in leadership, y'all know I've referenced this book several times. I'm going to keep referencing. I highly recommend you get it. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. I want to highlight 2 laws in the book, the law of the influence and law of magnetism. Again, when you are flowing in your maximum leadership capacity, when we talk about the law of influence, people will be drawn to you. People will be drawn to your mission. The law of influence and law of magnetism really kind of are parallel together. In other words, who is attaching themselves to you or your business model. And just in a natural way, you're not forcing anyone to say, hey, come join my board. Hey, be a part of my business. Or, hey, your clients, that they're just so compelled to want to, do business with you. The influence that you have, it's infectious, and people want to do business with you. Now, if you don't have a business that's infectious and a week goes by and you don't get a new referral, a week goes by and you never hear from any new potential customers, or if you have a nonprofit organization and you don't have any new potential sponsors, any new potential partners, what's going on? Let's have real talk. What's going on? Why are we not influencing others? Why are people not drawn to us? Why? What's going on? I also want to plug my book, Community Engagement from Concept to Implementation, 8 Steps to Unlocking Your Creative Ideas. I want to highlight a concept in that book, which is called the ripple effect. The ripple effect talks about once you build a solid business model, what's going to happen, and this is the great thing, guys, that you will be able to build your business decade to decade. And even after you're gone, yes, that's going to happen. That's part of life. Your business can continue to grow. Your business can continue to thrive. What type of ripple effect do you want to see long term with your business, even after you're gone from the scene? Sometimes we're only building our business for the moment, and this is why we're not having the sphere of influence, and people are not being drawn to us like a magnet, because we're only thinking limited. We have limited thoughts. We're not thinking long term. We're not casting the net out there wide, and therefore no one can even see where we're going because we don't know where we're going. So therefore we're not casting the vision, and the level of influence has become diminished. There's another book that I wrote. It's called Metamorphosis Shadow. And I want to take an excerpt out of that and just kind of highlight a piece where it talks about taking off the mask. Sometimes we're wearing a mask and we're trying to be like other business owners. We're trying to be like other leaders out there. Listen, you have to be your unique self. Be the leader that you've been called to be. Don't duplicate anyone else. No one else can be you. You can't be them. Be your unique self and thrive, right? Flow in who you are and take off the mask. Be okay with who you are. So as we get ready to wind down this moment of inspiration and motivation, hopefully something I said was able to inspire you. If you don't have my website, check it out, CatherineTrotta.com. Follow me on Instagram, CTR Strategy Solutions. For those of you that may not know, some services that I offer, I work with civic organizations for them to get their 501c3 tax exempt status. For-profit business owners, I assist them to get their business plan. Overall, my overarching services is strategic planning and organizational development. And guess what, guys? Come August 1st, this Saturday, I will be launching the Strategy Mastermind Group. I'm super excited about that. If you want more information, send me an email, ct@CatherineTrotta.com, and I'll send you information about how you can register to be a part of the Strategy Mastermind Group. Listen, guys, walk in purpose, hold your head up high, know who you are, take the mask off. And walk in purpose. And when you walk in purpose, people are going to be drawn to you. All that you need in your business, it really stops with you as the leader. So the original question that I opened up this podcast was, what is the power source of your business? And it's you. And you have to maintain your sanity. You have to maintain a balance. You have to make sure you're okay so your business can be okay. Understand the difference in the season that you're in. Some may be in the planting season. Some may be in the season where you're cultivating. Some may be in the harvest season. No matter where you are, stay consistent and see your business through to the end. I'm going to see everybody at the top.